Should we seek knowledge by the scholars from back then, or is it sufficient to follow the new scholars today? Is there a hadith that says the scholars throughout time weaken and knowledge slowly leaves the scholars of the time? Uh, when we say we should receive the knowledge about by the scholars from back then, how can we go back in time to study from the scholars? By studying with the scholars that are present today, because it's a lineage, as we said. So a scholar means that he have learned from scholars, and the scholars learn from scholars. So it's a lineage. So when you learn from the authentic scholars, from the scholars of the people of Ahlul Sunnah, you're following basically the early generation scholars, because it's a lineage. They don't come up with things on their own. They're following not just the knowledge, but the etiquettes and the manners and the way they act. Therefore, there's major difference between someone read books and he became knowledgeable, and someone that went and spent the time and to sit with the people of knowledge. And even when people travel, there's major difference between someone goes to a school and study in the school to get the degree 1 year after the other, and someone that spent the entire time sitting with the scholars while going to the school and benefiting from the scholars and being very close to them, because there are more than just the information that they get, and many great benefits. And that's why this is to be done. And of course, the scholars, they would refer always to what the scholars said, and goes on like this, and with extra benefits. It's not just some information that it's already there. So there's great benefits that a person would get as a result of that. And definitely the later generations, the knowledge among them is less. As the Prophet ﷺ, he said, "Inna Allah la yaqbidu al-ilm intiza'an." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not take the knowledge from the hearts of the people. Rather, he takes the ilm بقبض العلماء, by the death of the ulama. حتى إذا لم يبق عالم, till when there is no عالم, اتخذ الناس رؤوسا جهالا فسئلوا فأفتوا بغير علم فضلوا وضلوا. And people would take ignorant heads and they would ask them and they would give answers without knowledge, and they will deviate and others will deviate. So, and that's why taking advantage of the ulama, those who are present, and then you see how the deaths of the ulama, one after the other, would require for the people to study the deen and to put the effort to study the deen, to preserve this religion. It's a form of jihad, struggle for people to hold fast to the deen of Allah, to keep it to the next generation authentic and sound and as it was, so that people do not deviate. And this is something that is mandatory, and something a person should put the effort to make sure that this is done.